Hey, good afternoon everyone, Striker Man 44. Got about an hour before quitting time, got a little bit of time to kill. Need to fill it up doing something, so got to shift my log pile around, so I'm going to be throwing a couple of logs over top of the pile and restacking them over here on the front, just to get them a little closer to where they get blocked up and get ready for the splitter to go into the shed. So we're just trying to minimize our effort. You can obviously see back here behind me, and while I was throwing those over the top, that all of them don't go just exactly where you want them to go. It doesn't really matter. We want to get them closer to the pile, but at the same time we want to knock off all the debris, all the bark and everything like that that falls down in between, you know. So by moving them like this, we do that. We do those two things. Now you do end up with a bit of a mess to start off with, but like I always say, getting started on the project is always the hardest thing. So I'll come in with my small chainsaw and dice up some of these smaller ones here and put them in a pole-wood pile, because they're plenty small to cut on the buzz saw, you know. But the rest of them, I just kind of block those up a little bit and get this trued up, and then continue stacking the other portion of the pile over on top of this and build this up shorter and much taller right here to make room for much more what we expect to be bringing in sometime later in the summer, early fall. So just to make more room. But the whole thing is just to make it easier on ourselves. I know there's a whole lot of y'all out there that's a heck of a lot better on these skid steers than what I am. I've got very limited amount of practice with it, obviously, as you can tell. But one of the things that you have to bear in mind, when it looks like I'm just a rocking and a bouncing and jumping all around, I really am. Simply because, you know, there's no suspension on those things. They're just hard as a rock. And whenever you go over the top of these logs, and some of them are only, you know, 5, 6, 7 inch diameter, but whenever you go up on them, it really throws you for a loop. And it gets you to rocking and everything, you know. It's a little bit rough, you know, in the cab. But doesn't matter, you know. It sure is a lot better, a lot easier than doing them by hand. You know, as a fella gets more and more experience, you'll learn how to move that stuff around. I haven't quite got it yet. Now my son, I think he can ice a cake with one, but me and the son-in-law, we're both about the same. We kind of jerk around a little bit, you know, and get things done, but it ain't pretty. But at any rate, hey man, that's all there is to this video. This Tractor Man 44, and for today, I am out of here.